Hi, in this video, I will use my own voice to wrap up my August reading. I managed to read 15 books that were a combination of book fiction and non-fiction books. These books were a mix of poetry, quote, detective, crime, travelogue, memoir, self-help, motivation, science, and technology. In comparison to preceding months, I didn't read any comic in August. Firstly, I have read 3 poetry books published by Institut Terjemahan Bahasa Melayu ITBM. The first book I have finished reading was Perjalanan Teluki by Tuah Sujana. In this book, the author compiled his 70 earliest poems based on multiple themes. Next book is DAUN BERCINTA by Rosmiati Syahri. It consists of 76 poems, including a lengthy foreword by Arba Osman. He gave a great review and details about what kind of poetry that I'm going to wade through. Another poetry book is NYANYIAN LUKA by Husna Nazri. NYANYIAN LUKA is actually one of 139 poems in this book. It was written to empathize people suffering and miserable during prolonged war. I found these poetry books really befit our current situation in which we are battling the COVID-19 pandemic. Next, Talk to Allah by Aisha Shahira was an Islamic self-help book that I have read in August. This book encouraged and guided you on how to seek Allah not just for help in troubles, but as part of your daily life. I have also read Islamic motivational book Allah Kan Ada by the Bikisan Hati. This book compiles short messages that were accompanied by related illustrations. Anyway, I really love its cover. Besides that, I have also read a paperback quote book, About Love by Deley. The quotes were written wittily and I really love its illustration design. However, I think its cover is less attractive in comparison to its beautiful content. I would like to share my favorite quote from this book that made me laugh while reading it. Bukankah ini benar? Kalau kita pacaran, terus manggil pacarnya Mama Papa atau Abi Umi. Mesra betul di media sosial. Maka saat putus, genap sudah kita janda duda. Next, I have read Fatal System Error by Joseph Mann. This book is about organized cybercrime using botnets to extort grand market business and their ties to the Russian mob. The story is mainly told through 2 persons. First person is Barrett Leon, a young California computer geek who started his own company to provide computer network security to businesses that were being hacked or attacked by cybercriminals. Another person is a British police officer named Andy Crocker. This book was written as if the story was a fictional. However, as a science graduate, I think it lacks technical details, even though vast background of research was well documented at the end of book. Next book is a spy novel that can be read in a sitting, or The Old Knives by Olen Stenhauer. The story was told through the eyes and words of 2 old CIA agents and also ex-lovers, Harry Pelham and Celia Harrison. The plot was elaborate from what I thought just a mere dinner at a restaurant in Carmel, but actually it was the main place where revelations happened. Although it was short, it keeps me guessing until the end. I think I will check out another works by this author. I have also finished reading a crime novel of my favorite book series, Roy Grace. That Manuscript by Peter James is the 7th installment of Roy Grace series. The tagline gives you clues of this story. 1 mistake, 2 murders, and no remorse. It begins with the death of an American mafia son in a traffic accident. Then his family start to seek revenge toward those people involved in the accident by hiring a hitman, even though his death is also partly due to his reckless cycling. Another non-fiction book was Salafi by Shaz Johar. a frame story about interfaith relationship between Farah or her real name Fatiha and Brian. I hate spoiler and thus I'm not fond of this genre. However, hats off to writer for choosing unconventional theme. I have also reread two books because I thought I haven't read it yet. First book is OPAH Gangnam Style by Zulaiha Karim. OPAH, not OPAH. OPAH usually used by Malay people for grandmother. However, OPAH in this book was nickname for author. Another reread was a travelogue Goji Bandi by Ridwan Edullah. Don't be excited. This book is about the author's journey in Australia after his fiancée broke off their engagement. So, it was not a fun travel. World in the Balance by Robert P. Chris was another non-fiction book I have read in August. This book is about the history of metric system, a well-written book that mainly covered the quest of standard mass and length measurements. Next read was a self-help book, HATI BIAR LAWA, IMAN BIAR Legend by Fatin Mustafa, a self-help book that written in casual way. Finally, the last book I finished was another self-help book published by the same publisher, Must Read, Equation by Mr. Apis. Both books have similar concepts, but the latter is slightly better in writing. Thank you for watching.